Hello, everybody, and I would like to thank my wonderful subscribers. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Mr. Nightmare video. And today, we are going to be watching 3 Scary True Lonely Cabin Horror Stories. I don't think I have ever been in a cabin in the woods. Yeah, I think I may have been inside of a couple places made of wood, but I don't think I've ever really been in what most people would consider a lonely cabin. Not really, not in the woods, and, well, yeah, you know what I mean. You know the vibe I'm talking about, right? So yeah, this is something I have never seen before, and I am ready to get into it right now. What happened to these people? How did it relate to the cabin? I don't know. Get into it right now. Sorry, guys. Story 1 by Teen 10. Teen 10.
This is a story about the importance of truly knowing people.
Ooh.
You may think you have a good read on someone.
No.
But in reality, you have no idea what they're thinking or what they're capable of.
Wow.
This
Trust
happened
issues?
maybe 4 or 5 years ago. The struggle of everyday life was starting to wear thin on me and my girlfriend, Stacy.
Ooh.
She suggested that we rent a...
Oh no! Please don't tell me it was your girlfriend. I don't know if you guys noticed this about me over the couple of videos we watched together, but I do not like hearing about when relationships fail. Yeah, especially in passing, because usually the relationship problems of the couple are not the main focus. And when they are, the relationship begins out as too toxic for me to care. But like, right now, I don't know anything about this relationship, so I hope it goes well, but I don't know, with that kind of opener, I don't know how it's gonna go. And oh my gosh, and yes, we need slightly better now. Okay, I think that's good. Continuing.
cabin out in the woods
No.
just to escape for a few days. Naturally, I loved the idea, but I wasn't exactly rolling in the cash. So
Yeah.
she floated another idea. My
What?
best friend Randy and his girlfriend were close to us, so she suggested that they come with us to make it like a couple's getaway. It
Okay.
would be fun hanging out, and they would be able to pay for half the trip. I loved the idea.
Yeah,
and when I
divide the
presented it
cost.
to Randy, he was on board immediately.
Yeah!
Since we were
Randy,
taking
my
this trip in the
man.
middle of winter, we wanted a cabin with a fireplace and somewhere that would just give us that warm and cozy feeling.
Okay.
Stacy found
That
a
sounds
place, and we
comfortable.
booked it for the end of that month. We were excited and started planning meals and other fun stuff to do at the cabin.
Yeah.
Less than a week until the trip, Randy and his girlfriend broke up. The
Aww.
breakup was sudden, and it didn't end well.
Damn.
Stacy and I tried to figure out if we should offer Randy his money back or just not say anything. We
Wow.
really didn't have the funds to do this alone. But it's also not fair to make Randy pay for half a trip that he's not even going on.
Damn. I
called
wouldn't
Randy
tell
to talk
him.
about it, and he told me not to worry about it. I offered several times to give him his money back.
No.
But he insisted that we still go and have
Okay.
a romantic getaway.
Yeah, at least one couple is going to have a happy time, you know?
When I told Stacy the news, she was excited.
Yay!
We started getting pumped for our trip alone.
Yeah. That's
Next
even
day,
better.
which was only
That's
a
what
few
you
days
guys
before the
wanted.
trip, Randy told me that he found someone else to go on the trip with us.
Okay.
I told him that I wasn't crazy about that idea.
Why?
And when Stacy heard, she agreed. We didn't really want to travel with some random rebound that even Randy barely knew.
Dang,
I
okay.
tried explaining to him that travel compatibility is a real thing, and that we know nothing about this woman. Randy
Ooh.
begged, and after a few minutes, he talked me into it.
Is it gonna be about the
He
new
offered to pay
woman?
for my entire portion of the trip, and he promised that his new girlfriend would be cool and that we would love her.
You just met
Stacy and
her.
I were not happy. We knew the trip had the potential to end in awkward disaster.
Oh yeah,
That alone would
totally.
be a horror story.
Ha!
It took
No,
a
it
little while,
wouldn't.
but we decided that we were going to make
Not
the best
really.
of the situation. The weekend finally arrived, and we carpooled to the cabin together in my truck. Randy
Yeah.
introduced us to his new girlfriend,
Who
Lucy.
is it?
She seems sweet and even a little quiet. Stacy and I are not shy, and we can be loud and annoying.
Ha!
We spent most of the drive trying to get to know Lucy, but she wasn't very talkative.
Okay.
I barely knew what her voice sounded like by the time we got to the cabin.
Aww.
The trip started fine.
I feel
we
bad.
all got settled in, and
for
we
her.
were just hanging around the fireplace chatting. Stacy and I love playing card games, but we especially love Uno.
Okay.
We just love its simplicity, and we could play it just about anywhere and any time. So Stacy suggested that we play Uno, and
such
everyone
a
was on
simple
board.
game.
Even Lucy seemed like she was finally starting to come out of her shell.
Yay!
During the Uno game, we witnessed our first red flag of the weekend.
Oh no.
When Stacy called Uno, indicating that she only had one card left, Lucy looked over at her, and with rage and anger in her normally mousy voice, she started to rip into Stacy.
What?
We all kind of laughed at first, thinking she was kidding around.
Whoa. What do you mean rip into her? You mean like she insulted her? What kinds of things did she say? Oh my.
But that made it so much worse. Lucy started to go insane.
What?
She was screaming that Stacy must have been cheating, and there's no way she could have only had one card left.
What do you mean?
Stacy was defending herself, and Lucy just kept acting like a toddler and screaming about her cheating.
Okay, this is not a red flag. This is a whole... What is a bigger flag? This is a whole red blanket. This is a whole red sail. That's what this is. This is not a flag. This is a warning.
Being sarcastic when I say she was screaming about Uno with people she barely knew.
Yeah.
Even if Stacy was cheating, which she wasn't, this was an outrageous overreaction.
Yeah.
When Randy tried to calm her down, she threw all her cards and left the living room.
Dang, sure user.
We just laughed it off. Later that night, Stacy made dinner, and Lucy seemed completely fine now.
Also, wait. Don't you need to, like, get rid of all your cards to win Uno? Like, I thought, like, don't you have to, like, put down your last card because, like... Or is that not how it works? Like, I thought you had to, like, put all your cards in. Like, I thought saying Uno was, like, a precaution. Or something. Is it not? I don't know enough about Uno to say.
Almost like she didn't throw a temper tantrum a few hours ago. This is red flag number 2.
Ignoring the other one?
She started to overshare details about her and Randy's personal time together.
What
things
personal
time?
In
public. Like very private and personal things that I'm not going to mention in the story for Randy's sake.
Ew.
I could tell he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
I just kept trying to crack jokes and change the subject.
But she didn't let that happen?
The 4 of us didn't do much for the rest of the evening. That night, Stacy woke me up in the middle of the night and told me to listen.
What?
I got up, and I could hear Lucy and Randy arguing.
Oh no.
I couldn't fully understand what they were saying because the bedrooms were on opposite ends of the cabin, and we had our door closed. I could just tell by the tone of the arguing and inflection in the voices that they were clearly fighting.
Yeah.
The awkwardness of this was crazy. We didn't want to make Randy feel any worse.
Yeah,
so we pretended that we didn't hear it, and we decided not to mention it the next day.
Mention what?
The next morning and day were uneventful. Randy seemed distant, and we barely saw or heard from Lucy.
Wow.
It wasn't until that night that things got weird.
Okay, how?
At some point in the middle of the night, I woke up to Randy standing over me.
Oh my god!
It scared the hell out of me. I asked him what he was doing.
You don't do that.
He looked terrified.
You don't do that.
He asked if he could stay in our room tonight.
What?
And if he could keep the door locked. I was confused and asked him if he could explain why.
Yeah.
Apparently, he woke up during the night and Lucy was standing at the bottom of the bed.
Oh, God.
At him.
Oh, God.
When he asked what she was doing, she just shrugged and said that she was watching him sleep, just in case.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
In case what?
He said they stared at each other for a moment.
Oh, God.
And then she just turned and walked out of the room.
Oh.
Several minutes later, she still didn't return to the room. He decided to get up and go check on her and make sure she was okay.
What happened to her?
And that's when he noticed something on her side of the bed.
A knife?
He moved the blanket a little bit.
It's a knife.
Right there on the bed was a large knife.
Oh, God.
That's when he decided to sneak over to our room.
Yeah.
He quietly walked through the dark cabin, trying not to make a noise. When he got to the living room, he heard Lucy humming to herself and wandering around like she was almost dancing. He said it kind of looked like she was sleepwalking, but worse. When she was almost at our bedroom door, the floor creaked subtly, and she stopped humming. She turned to his general direction, and in an ominous voice, she said, "I see you."
Nope!
Randy
nope,
said
you
that
do
it
not.
didn't
You do
look
not
like
see
she was
me.
looking at him, just in his direction. After that, She turned around and continued to hum and skip around the dark cabin.
Oh, God.
That's when he entered our room and
Lock
locked
the
the
door.
I was trying to process all of this, and at the same time, Stacy woke up.
Oh, okay.
We were in the middle of nowhere, so we didn't really know what to do. Lucy could have very...
I mean, she's a pretty quiet woman, right? Like, I'm pretty sure all you have to do is keep the door locked, and it will be okay.
Well, just been in some sort of elaborate sleepwalking state. But
Maybe.
I don't know if that explains the knife. While we were contemplating, we could still hear Lucy pacing around the cabin. A few minutes later, we heard the front door to the cabin slam shut.
Oh,
We
did
opened
she
the bedroom
leave?
door.
She left?
Lucy wasn't there.
Wow.
Randy looked out of the window and
The
saw
tar.
Lucy heading into the freezing cold forest with a t-shirt and a pair of shorts on.
Oh, no.
Randy ran to his bedroom and screamed because the knife was gone.
Oh.
Stacy said we had to go out and get her and couldn't just let her wander in the woods in the middle of the night.
I mean, yeah, she could die.
Especially if she was sleepwalking. Randy was terrified and wanted nothing to do with his new girlfriend.
You are literally the one who invited her. No. We are at least going to tell the police. If I was in this situation, hey, 911, a woman we were at a party with, not party, but a woman we were with, we are in this cabin, and she wandered into the woods in nothing but a t-shirt and shorts. Here's our location, and this is the direction she went from. Please find her. That's what I would do. You guys better do that.
Stacy went back to our room and started putting on warm clothes and a jacket.
Okay, you don't have to look
Randy
for
was
her.
pleading with her to just call a park ranger or something.
Yeah, tell a
I've known Randy my
ranger.
entire life, and I've never seen him this scared. During our brief discussion in the bedroom, we heard the cabin door open and close again.
Okay.
We all got quiet and listened intently.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your
I don't think they what you
You've got
heard
to try
intently
Here's how
of.
it works.
Yeah. What's happening now?
We heard Lucy stomping down the hall
Oh,
to
no.
her and Randy's bedroom.
Oh,
She
done.
was still humming.
Close the door.
We stayed in our bedroom that night and didn't sleep at all.
Gosh.
At 6 in the morning, we heard Lucy in the kitchen washing dishes.
Oh,
We all went out there, and she greeted us like nothing was wrong.
maybe she is a
Stacy and I chalked this all
sleepwalker.
up to Lucy just being a bit off, and Randy going through some of his own
Mentally
issues since he had
ill.
just broken up with his long-term girlfriend before this trip. Everything we experienced the night before was weird for sure, but it could be explained by sleepwalking or something like that.
Yeah.
Randy was convinced that something darker was at play here.
What do you
but
mean,
Stacy
darker?
dismissed it right away. She went to help Lucy clean, and I tried to console Randy the best I could before he went back to his bedroom.
This is your
Not
fault,
2 minutes
Randy.
later, he texted me and told me to go to his bedroom right now and
Why?
not to tell anyone. I went over there, and he showed me something horrifying.
Oh, no.
While he was packing up his stuff,
What is it?
he moved Lucy's bag. When he set her bag down, a large knife fell out of the side, the same knife that Randy saw the night before. I could see and feel how scared Randy was.
Yeah.
He put the knife back in her bag and waited in the living room for everyone else to be ready to leave. The drive home was full of tension.
Yeah,
Just
you
knowing
can't
that
really
Lucy
do
had that knife
anything.
in her bag freaked me out. Thankfully, we made it home safe and physically unharmed.
Maybe she just wanted to take something from the cabin. You know how, like, a lot of people take stuff from hotels, like, taking lotion from hotel rooms? Maybe that's what's happening, but with knives and nothing else.
Randy ghosted Lucy after that.
Yeah,
and she must
totally.
not have cared because she never tried to get a hold of him either.
Damn.
Occasionally, Stacy will still try to find Lucy on social media.
Why?
But she's never had any luck. She's even looked at inmate lockup records and still no Lucy.
Huh.
It's like there's no record of Lucy existing.
I
Making
mean,
us feel like she was clearly using a fake name. But if that's the
Maybe.
case, what did she want? I wonder if she intended to hurt Randy. Truly, I have
Why?
no idea what to think about that weekend. The fact that she had the knife and there's no record of this woman just makes me think whoever she was, she had dark intentions.
I mean, yeah, but like, all you said was that your girlfriend checked social media, and she also checked inmate records. Some people just don't have social media. I would have asked Randy what he used to find this woman. Like, Were you on Tinder? Were you on a dating app? Did you meet her in real life? How did you come upon this woman? Where was she? And then I would look there first.
I guess it's good that, for whatever reason,
she didn't do anything. I mean, she could have done something, right? If she really wanted to hurt you or Randy or any of you, all she would have had to do was stay in bed, wait until Randy fell asleep, and then killed him. And of course, if she was fast enough, she could have killed you guys too. I think it's pretty obvious that she was mentally ill. I don't know, some sort of antisocial personality disorder? Bipolar, maybe? I don't know. Story 2 is anonymous.
The last few years, I've really separated myself from the rest of the world.
Damn.
I've always been someone who likes to be alone, and I don't love the company of others, except for some very few people in my life.
Aww. That shit makes those people really important.
Personality. I would go out of my way to find peace and quiet. During this time of my life, I would often find cabins and other secluded places to stay on the weekends whenever I had the funds to make it happen.
Damn, you really wanted to be alone.
To some people, but my anxiety for just normal interactions with people was so bad at this point that I would go to those extreme lengths just to be alone.
Damn.
This extreme habit continued for about 2 years.
I'm assuming you're an adult, right? I mean, I don't know, I mean, not when you're an adult, you have to meet other people. Usually all you have to do when you're an adult is go to work, go to the grocery store, and go home. So there's only really 3 places you have to be. But I guess that was 3 places too many.
During that time, something happened at one of my weekend cabin getaways that really freaked me out. The weekend started like any other one. I found a secluded cabin about 2 hours from home and made the trek out there. I usually would use that weekend time to hike, spend time outdoors, and mostly just catch up on reading. I love to read, and being out in the wilderness where it's quiet always helps me to relax and concentrate. I arrived Friday evening at the cabin, made a small dinner, read a few chapters of my book, and went to bed early.
Yay!
The next morning, I decided to take a long hike. I've always just found peace being outside in nature. Whether it's sunny, rainy, or even snowing, I just love being outside. While I was hiking through the woods,
a bit of an outdoor baby.
The sound of twigs and branches snapping. You could assume that it was just the sounds of nature, but it sounded almost too deliberate to be natural.
Oh.
I tend to be
They want you to notice
so
them?
My mind went right away to somebody following me.
Come on, that's a bit
absurd. Every time I turned around and scanned the surroundings, I was completely alone. I kept hiking for a little while longer, but that feeling of paranoia just kept growing. I planned on hiking a little further, but I decided to cut the hike short and head back to the house.
I could not do that if I knew somebody was following me.
That night was particularly rough on me. Maybe it was because of all the anxiety I was feeling on the hike earlier, but I just remember being sad.
Aww.
I decided to have a drink, and that turned into a few drinks.
And that turned into a lot of
drinks hitting my system. I felt better, and all that anxiety from earlier slowly disappeared.
I don't think that member's going to drink. One, it costs money to drink beer. And 2, I've heard that, even when it tastes good, it still, the first drink sucks. And I'm the kind of person who, I'm a very picky eater. So I can imagine that if my body felt poison coming into itself, it would reject that poison immediately. So, I have a feeling that I'm never gonna be an alcoholic.
I tried to read, but instead, I just put on some music and started to vibe.
Vibe?
Around 11
what
that
did that
night,
mean?
I thought I heard a knock at the door.
Just space
out? I turned
the
music off and made my way to the door. The front door was a heavy wooden door with 2 rectangular windows set into it.
Nope.
I looked outside and saw nothing, so I walked away, and before I could sit back down,
you heard another knock
at the door.
Yeah.
I went back over to look out, and this time, someone was standing there.
God.
But it was too dark to make out any details. Before I said anything, I turned on the front light, which mostly illuminated the man standing there. He didn't look scary or disheveled.
Okay.
It was the opposite of that.
He was
A clean-cut
clean?
man with a suit was standing on the other side of the door.
That's weird.
He was
Out
about
in
6 feet
nature.
tall, had an athletic build, and was clean-shaven with a slicked-back haircut.
Do not let
This
him
man
in.
was clearly out of place.
Yeah.
He looked like he was ready for a business meeting, not a nighttime walk in the woods.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out why a man in a suit would randomly show up to a secluded cabin at 11 p.m.
Don't let him
From
in.
my side of the door, I asked the man if he was okay and what he wanted. There was a weird and almost unnatural pause before the man answered.
Yeah.
It was almost like he was processing what I was saying before he answered.
Well, I mean, that's
When
what
he finally
everybody
answered,
does.
He said that he was driving with his girlfriend earlier. He claimed that he had spent hours walking around looking for her, and now he's lost.
Oh.
He asked if he could please come inside so he could call someone for help.
I mean, how about this? How about this? I will get my cell phone. Okay, I'll close the door. I'll get my cell phone. I'll bring it to the front door. And I'll type in the numbers for you. And I will put it on speakerphone. That way, you can't take my phone. You can't come in. But you still get what you want. And that's what I'm gonna give you. You want not come in my house. My cabin.
On its own, this was alarming and unsettling.
Yeah.
Just because a random stranger appeared at the door in the middle of the woods.
And the
One
weirdly
of the most
dressed.
unsettling parts of this
What?
was his lack of any emotion in his voice.
Oh.
This did not sound like a man who was lost and missing his girlfriend. He sounded completely void of emotion. I told him to back away from the door and wait at the end of the driveway.
Yeah.
And I would call someone for help.
Yeah.
He paused again and looked around slowly.
No.
That same lack of energy. He said that he really needed to come inside.
No.
Something was outside, and if he didn't get inside for help, he was going to be in trouble.
What's
The tension I
outside?
felt at this moment is almost indescribable.
Oh.
I told him I was calling the police and that he could either wait outside or leave. But I
Yeah.
was not letting him inside the cabin.
Yeah.
As I walked away from the door to grab
What?
my phone, I heard him say that he wanted to hide inside the cabin. He was in
From
trouble
what?
and he needed to hide inside.
From what?
I grabbed my phone, and that's when he started to aggressively pound on the door.
Oh shit. Well, now he has
And I
emotions.
started to scream some vulgar things at the man outside.
Call
In the middle
911.
of my rant, I stopped yelling because I heard the man laughing.
Oh.
This was by far the most emotion the man had shown.
Oh
I
god.
looked out the window, and the man had his face practically pressed up against
Oh
it.
god.
His face was just inches away from mine. I nearly fell over from the shock of seeing him so close to me. In a calm voice, he said, "Come on, Victor, just open the door."
Victor.
Somehow, this stranger in his suit knew my name. I was
How?
frozen for a few seconds, and then without thinking, I dialed 911, and I told them that I was staying at a cabin and a strange man was trying to break in.
Yeah.
As soon
Take
as
a
I hung up the
picture.
phone, I looked out the window.
He was done.
Nobody was there.
God damn it.
For al-
Okay, what I would have done before I called 911, I would have taken a picture of the man's face. Because like, you said he was pressed up against the door. That would probably be your best opportunity for a photo of the man.
Almost 15 minutes, I waited for the police, and I never once stopped looking out the window. During that time, I didn't see any movement outside. It was one single patrol car, and when
Oh
he got
my
there,
God.
I opened the door and let him in quickly. I told the cop everything, and he seemed concerned and confused. He
Okay.
told me that none of the other surrounding residents reported anything weird.
Well,
This was
I
the first time
did.
he had ever gotten a call like this. The cop was nice and could tell that I was a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
He suggested that I drive into town and stay at one of the hotels if I was still scared.
Eh.
I told him that I had been drinking and that I didn't feel comfortable driving my car, but I didn't want to stay there alone. He was nice enough to offer to drive me into town.
Okay.
As we were walking to the patrol car,
What?
I heard the officer make a weird sound,
What?
almost like he was shocked. I asked what was wrong.
Hey.
He pointed to the tires of my car in the driveway. My
Oh,
tires were
no.
deflated. It looked like they'd been slashed. I started to
More
unravel.
evidence.
The cop did a good job of keeping me as grounded as I could be.
Well, that's nice
He
of
drove me
him.
to a nearby hotel and stayed with me in the lobby until I could get in touch with my dad. I stayed in that hotel that night, and my dad came to pick me up in the morning and helped
Yay.
me sort out the details of getting my car towed. The owner of the cabin reached out to me a million times to apologize, but
Oh,
I just
well,
didn't
thank
care.
you.
I wanted this experience to be over. I didn't even ask for
I don't know. I
anything.
would feel happy about an
Some people have
apology.
floated the idea to me that somehow the owner of the cabin was involved in this nightmare, or that the owner himself was the man in the suit.
Eh.
But I don't think so.
I
The
mean,
man had a picture of himself on his...
there's no reason to believe that it is him. There's also no reason to believe it isn't him. But, I don't know, that Chidori, the Chidori works either way. So I see no reason why it would be him. Maybe if he could open the door, maybe, but he wasn't able to open the door.
Profile. The man in the suit looks nothing like this guy.
Yeah, okay.
I never got any answers, and I'm sure I never will. I still get chills to this day when I think about that night.
Ooh.
Even seeing those stupid prism windows freaks me out.
Prism windows.
I hate knowing that somewhere out there, this man is potentially still terrorizing people.
Yep. Chidori 3 by TL. I kind of wanted to do all 3 videos in this video, but I mean, we are at 26 minutes, so I think I'm gonna have to stop it here before the final one. These were very good stories. Oh man, which one do I like more? I feel like this one had a bit more of a story than this one. I mean, they're both like stories, but this one had a bit more plot than the other one. You know, a bit more people, a bit more characters too. So yeah. So I would have to say, first one, I liked it a bit better than the second one. And how do I feel about the third one? Well, you guys are gonna have to wait and see. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.